Good morning, beloveds. I have had a busy morning. I went to the gym this morning because the Christmas was on Sunday and New Year's Eve is on Sunday. I was like, I am not going to ask my trainer to work on those holidays. And more to the point, he was out of town and going to be out of town. And so I was like, so we rearranged the days. And this week it was Wednesday because they're leaving tomorrow. So, yeah. And he made me do lots of kicking. So if I had any aggression left, it's gone now. All right. It is December 27th. Our title is Song in My Heart. Our author is Francis W. Foulks from Prayers, Blessings, and Meditations, which is a Unity booklet from 1958. There is within me a joyous song. It holds such gladness that to catch even the lilt of its tones refreshes and restores me. As I listen, every part of me sings its melody. There is not a cell in my body, but is aroused, awakened, and attuned. Not an organ, but responds and enters into the harmony of perfect functioning. The joyful rhythm pulses through my veins and arteries, purifies the life stream, tunes my heart to beat in unison with the great heart of God, breathes in and out of my lungs with the cleansing, renewing God breath. I become so illumined by the song that it creates in me a joy and a harmony that radiates from me to others along the way. Now, the thing about the song, there's a African proverb. Is it a proverb? Yes. When you have forgotten the people that love you learn your song. And when you have forgotten your song, they sing it back to you. And so that's one of the things is the people who love you know your song. And when you forget your song, they'll sing it back to you. There are a variety of ways that can look like they could literally sing to you, but you know what I mean. That they come to you and remind you of who you are. And there is a lot of research in music and healing, and music can be very healing. It's one of those things when I'm walking and if my pain level's pretty high, I'll start singing along with, that's one of the reasons why I walk with an MP3 player. I'll sing. I don't sing loud. I don't want to disturb my neighbors, but I sing and I explain to Tom because it helps. It helps with the pain levels. It helps me not hurt as much and it improves my oxygen uptake. So there is a lot to that song, but I also like that she says that it attunes our heart to the great heart of God so that our heart beats in unison and harmony with God and that our lungs are breathing the breath of God. And I think that might be a very helpful meditation that people could get into. As if there's any part of your body that is not functioning the way you would prefer it to, then go into the meditation and envision that part of the body like breathing God's breath, beating God's heart, bending God's knees, whatever it is that is not functioning, envision it working as God and remind the cells who they are. It's like, okay, you know what? You're a beloved child of God. Every single cell in you is a beloved child of God. Let's remind the cells in the body of that. And when our souls sing, that's that joy. Joy comes from within. I agree with that therapist that I heard, or I don't know if she was a therapist, what kind of doctor she was. Happiness is conditional. Happiness definitely can be rated on outside conditions, but joy comes from within. And so that's that when our souls sing, and that's that mystic experience. I don't know how to explain that experience. But it's when you do something where suddenly time doesn't mean anything and just that your soul just, I don't know. I'm a musician. So the idea of my soul singing speaks to me. But again, it's mystic. So I'm going to struggle to explain it. But, time ceases to exist. Space ceases to exist. It's just you and whatever it is that is causing your soul to sing. It could be somebody that you're with. I would imagine that grandparents with grandchildren, that might be where your soul would sing. Or parents with new babies. Or like artists in whatever medium that they're working in, that, that causes their soul to sing. That's the song in your heart, that's the song in your heart. Musicians probably are forever chasing the song in their heart. They're always trying to write that song. Do they ever? I don't know. I've written poetry and, I've gotten close a couple of times to the song in my heart. So maybe. So there's a lot, and it is very healing because that song in your heart is about reminding you who you are, reminding you that you have a place, that you belong, that God loves you, that Spirit loves you, that, and that the world is okay. The world is okay. When we look at the expression, the messy outer expression, sometimes we're like a little concerned. But that song in our heart, when we hear it sing, which is the point of regular spiritual practice, to go and listen to the song in our heart. When we forget the song in our heart, we forget who we are. It's like, who put that song in your heart? Go back to that. Go back and remember who put that song in your heart, who you created that song with, and sing that song more often. I guess I would say if I was going to give you a mission today, is to listen to the song in your heart. What is your heart singing to you about? I'm sure that there are people whose heart sings to them about whales. And I have this painting that I bought. It's just a little one. It fit in an 11 by 14, but it's a watercolor and it's a wave. It's a curling wave. And that's it. When I saw the painting, I was just like, I couldn't leave without it. I needed it. And it makes me happy every time I see it because it sings my song. That painting sings my song. And do you have some of that in your life? Is there something in your life that sings your song back to you or someone, why this? I don't know what it is about this painting. It's blue and white and silver. It's various blues and whites and silvery colors. And it's just a curling wave, but there's something about it because it's currently propped up on my desk. It's on the floor by my desk, which means I can see it from where I'm sitting on the couch. And that painting sings the song of my soul. I can't explain it to you, but it does. And so the mission today, should you choose to accept it, is find something that reminds you of your song. Find something that it just, when you look at it, it brings you joy, or it sparks that joy in you. It makes your heart sing in a way that I can't explain. Find something like that, and put it in a place where you can see it every day, multiple times a day if possible. I still haven't decided where to hang that, which is why it's sitting where it is. And I'm just like, because I want it to be where I can see it every day, multiple times a day, because it just really does. It sings my song back to me. There's something about it. I don't know, So that would be the mission today, should we choose to accept it. The other mission is the same mission that I give you every day, which is the spiritual practice of self-care. If you live a life of service, and honestly, we all do, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you need to take care of yourself. The other way I say it is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Be it one thing, be it three things, be it all the things. I mean, the ultimate goal is to make everything you do loving, kind, and compassionate, even the tough stuff. And I would say especially the tough stuff. I mean, if you have to deliver news to somebody that's not, not what they want to hear, but you can do it in a loving, kind, and compassionate way, why wouldn't we? And so, in one of the best ways to practice that is to take that deep breath before you speak, to give yourself that moment to respond instead of react. And I would remind you that frequently there's this first thought, second thought theory. It's like your first thought is what you've been taught. Your second thought is who you really are. So, if your first thought isn't kind, then that's okay. You're aware of it. Your second thought is probably good and kind and loving and all that, because that's really who you are at the core of your being. Excuse you. Somebody has got a hold of my hand with all claws out. Excuse you. I don't want to go to bed looking like I've been through a war. Yep. Give me that back. Foster desperately needs his claws clipped, but he hates it. He hates being held. And it's the only way I can clip his claws. So we're just going to have to do it. Which is loving, kind, and compassionate for both me and him. That he doesn't stick to the carpet and he doesn't claw the heck out of us. Without meaning to. Because obviously he doesn't mean to. All right. I also suggest taking a walk, taking a nap, taking a break. Especially if you've been working on something and you kind of hit the wall. All three of those are the human equivalent of turning yourself off and turning yourself back on. Like you do with computers. Rebooting the computers. Take a walk to get a change of perspective. Take a nap because you need the rest. And take a break and go do something else. Go do something else. Work on something else. And then inspiration will hit you. That's the way it works. It's like once you hit the wall, go do something else and then you'll be inspired. I don't know why it works that way. Another thing that I'd like to say with this is to eat dessert first, which you do know I advocate. I say eat dessert first. Because I believe chocolate's the first step to fixing anything. Although not all desserts are chocolate. I am aware of this. I just happen to really like chocolate. Me and Kathy. Reverend Kathy and I are both on that chocolate train. But what it means is don't save the good stuff. Our life is a special occasion. None of us know how long we're going to be here. So don't save the good stuff. Don't save things for a special occasion. It may be too late. Go ahead and use it now. Make the occasion special. And then I mentioned joy. Joy is a quality of God. And I mentioned that joy comes from the inside. Especially since we're talking about the song on our heart. So, joy is a quality of God. Therefore, joy is a quality of you, because you are made by God, of God. So, joy is, you deserve joy. No matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in your life, you still deserve joy. And joy is akin to hope. So, make room in your life for joy. I like to say, spend love recklessly and make room in your life for joy. Make room for joy. All right. The rest of the suggestions are basic self-care suggestions. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you today. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better, your body works better, and your skin looks better when you're well hydrated. Trust me. There's science behind it. And to get that early in your day bright light. We were on the road to the gym when the sun was coming up. And for a faint moment, there was a little pink and then it went away. So I was like, well, it was pretty for a minute. I don't know. It is what it is. So, but that sunlight hits, according to science, sunlight hits the earth from between 7 and 9 at a good angle to support your vitamin D levels. And it only takes 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. It'll support your vitamin D levels. It will help with your circadian rhythms. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. Whatever tips I can give you to help you have a better day, I'm down for that. So, which is why I always end this with the Ernest Holmes quote, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is all around us all the time. What does that mean? Heaven isn't a physical place you have to get to. It is a state of mind. It is literally a state of consciousness. Once you learn how to create it, heaven can be any place you are. And nobody can take it away from you. It goes from grace, because we come programmed with that, that state of mind, to a superpower. I mean, who doesn't want to walk around in heaven all the time? It's not the easiest, I will grant you. I don't walk around in heaven all the time, but I can do it more than not. So, it takes practice. It does take practice. And that's the benefit of having a supportive community around you. When you hang out with people that have that heavenly mindset, it gets a little easier to do it yourself. Okay? So, I would definitely rather hang out with people with a heavenly mindset than a hellish mindset. Because they're both states of mind. You want to create hell on earth? Well, you can. So why would you want to do that? Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you, that the kingdom of heaven is within you. Go to the source of your being regularly. Get to know the source of your being. And get to know who the source of your being knows you to be. Because I can promise you that person is good. Okay? I believe that at the core, the center of who we are is love. Yeah, I walk around with that premise. Do I put myself into the hands of people who have forgotten who they are? No. Nope. It's like, I'm going to love you and know you are a beloved child of God from a safe space. So, I'm not advocating, I do advocate that you believe that everybody is a child of God. I do not advocate that, and I believe that you should treat everybody as a child of God. But I do not advocate putting yourself in the hands of people who have forgotten who they are. Okay. Don't ever think I mean that. Don't ever think I mean that, because I do not. I know frequently women are encouraged to stay in situations that they shouldn't because, no, don't do that. You can believe that they are a beloved child of God and you can love them from a safe distance. Please do. All right. Oh, and since I'm talking about that heavenly mindset, what I want to remind you is you can take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice, look for the good and praise it. Okay? That is one of the fastest ways to get into that heavenly mindset is gratitude. Honestly, look for your good and look for all of the little goods that add up to the big goods. Sometimes if we start with the big goods, it's like, oh, well, I don't have any big goods in my life, which I'm sure you do. But sometimes it's hard to see them. You start with the little ones, The water comes out of my faucet when I turn it on. I had a hot shower this morning. There's food in my cabinet. I have a job to go to. I have a reliable transportation. That's what I'm talking about. You can start that small and add up. All right. Yep. Random acts of kindness, volunteer service, gratitude, count your blessings. Right. So I'm now at the social media part where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I commend them to you. We just had this awesome soul session last night. So if you haven't seen it, scroll back a video. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, then go over to the Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube page and go to the soul sessions. It is, we had this, he's been doing this for 30 or 40 years. His name's Deloyd Parker, and he told us all about Kwanzaa and himself and his trips and his organization and how to live Kwanzaa, the principles of Kwanzaa. So it was really good, and I highly commend it to you. So I got to be there for the recording. He was just thoroughly enjoyed listening to him talk. It was great. The stories he told, and then he gave us a tour of his community center. And that's what Kwanzaa is about. It's about community. And that's what most religion is about. It's about community and, even the spiritual teachings. You get to have your own spiritual experience, but when you do it in community, it's a little more fun. So, all right. I also encourage you to email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. So if it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want or the person that can help you get it. Okay. Yep. Now I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. It's Wednesday. The week's already half over. How did that happen? A singing day, a musical day, a sing the song in your heart day, a recognize something that makes your heart sing, a Sing somebody else's song back to them's day. A good day, and if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You're a beloved child of God, a brilliant light, a divine spark, you are spirit in motion, you are God in action, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling, in whom God is well represented and well pleased. All right? The good news is we can't disappoint God. Okay? God just loves us as we are. And that is a state of grace that I will take. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I should be back with you around 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.